So I've been reading this book, The Return of the Economic Naturalist, How Economics Helps Make Sense of Your World by Robert Frank. And there's an interesting chapter here I want to read for you. It is chapter 3 on money and happiness. Although the roots of utilitarianism have been traced back as far as the Greek philosopher Epicurus, its modern form emerged in the writings of the 18th century English philosopher Jeremy Bentham. He urged that the right course of action is the one that results in the greatest balance of pressure over pain for everyone. Since Bentham's day, economists have used the term utility to describe what individuals and societies seek to maximize. Unlike happiness, which is commonly associated with positive emotions, utility is a broader concept used to rank different outcomes. Thus, if a person or a society prefers one situation to another, the first situation is said to yield higher utility than the second. But even though utility and happiness do not always move together, they are strongly correlated. This is no surprise, since most people prefer to be happy rather than unhappy. Many economists take it as given that choice reveals preference. For example, choosing steak over roast chicken when the two dishes cost the same is generally taken as evidence that the beef dish yields higher utility, at least on the occasion. This framework may help explain why economists are more likely than other social scientists to exhibit an affinity for libertarianism. Libertarians believe that individuals are in the best position to know which alternative works best for them. The best way to maximize total utility, many economists believe, is to put as much money into people's hands as possible and then let them spend it as they see fit. And since utility and happiness generally move together, the same arrangements that maximize utility should also tend to maximize happiness. All this seemed so obvious to economists that until recently, few of my colleagues showed any interest in studies of the link between happiness and income. But that link has become a subject of growing interest in recent years. For one thing, evidence has been accumulating that people don't always make intelligent decisions about how to spend their income. So it now seems more of an open question whether having more income makes the people happier. A second factor driving interest in the income-happiness relationship is economists' increasing awareness that the combined effects of decisions that make sense from each individual's point of view often do not add up to a sensible outcome for the groups for which they belong. At a cocktail party, for example, it is rational for an individual to speak louder if his conversation partner is having trouble hearing. Yet, when all speak louder, the effect is to raise the ambient noise level, making it more difficult to hear than before. The selections in this chapter address various aspects of the link between money and happiness. The first focus on the article written by John Maynard Keynes, widely considered the most brilliant economist of the 20th century. Keynes thought income matters for happiness, but only to the extent that pressing material needs remain unmet. Projecting the 20th century's rapid productivity growth into the future, he worried that the grandchildren of people in his generation could struggle to find ways to fill their days, since it could be possible for them to meet their needs by working only a few hours each week. Although productivity indeed grew as predicted, Keynes needn't have fretted. That is one of the articles written in this book, The Return of Economic Naturalist. I will continue reading chapters from the books that I read on an everyday basis. Please keep tuned to Kerosi TV, and if you are new here, please subscribe, like our content, and more importantly, leave comments and share it with your networks. Thank you very much. See you in the next episode.